All right, hey, this is going to be a fun conversation because I have two of the top Pure 21, that's right, Pure 21 top salespeople that are out there rocking it out, but not only just selling it, but they've lived it, right? And I'm telling you right now, if it's, getting the fake catch up that Monique got me, by the way, thank you, Monique, for that. Or if it's Nikki out there, saying, hey, I'm looking at changing 500 plus lives this year with Pure 21. I am joined by Monique McGuire and Nikki Hughes right now. Ladies, how are we doing?
Good.
Excellent. Good. Well, good. Well, listen, I know a lot of people want to hear because I know that they've got to see your guys' journeys. Your before and afters are all over the place, but it's like, people are like, oh my God, there's before and afters. I'm like, no, those were the befores and the middles. You need to kind of follow the journey because they can continue the after. So you guys have done a great job with it. Let's talk about how are you out there talking about it, marketing it. We'll go ahead, Monique, let's start with you really quickly. How are you marketing this challenge to your customers?
So I'm posting a lot about it, how I feel. I'm posting a lot of before and now pictures, and people see the difference. They also hear the difference. I'm glowing, I'm radiating. I'm just like firing on all cylinders. I have so much energy. I'm no longer like crutched over in debilitating pain because I was so sick. And so like they see that difference. And so I'm posting a lot of pictures and things like that, posting how I feel, but I'm also doing all the personal connection. And as soon as you gave us the green light in August that, hey, hey, we can start talking about it, I started making a list of all the people, and I carry this everywhere with me, and I hit them like all day, every day. I'm just hitting them back, like answering questions, messaging them voice messages, building that connection, because product knowledge is key, but building that connection and also providing a service that is long-term and helping solve a problem and fill a desire or need is super important.
Yeah. And I will tell you, I think that is huge. All right, Nikki, talk a little bit about what you're doing, how you're marketing. I think it's important. Both of you guys are coming at it in some similar ways, but also kind of very unique and different.
So I have been just posting more on social media and just about the journey, like what I'm making that day, what choices we're making. And everybody has kind of like been following my stories, and in my VIP group, they're like, I've never seen you like this before. I'm just like excited about feeling good from the inside. And I think that's what everyone is so attracted to, because they're ready to get out of a slump. They're ready to feel good, to sleep well, to have more energy. And what I've found is that it's easiest for me to like go right in when they say, hey, can I have some more information? I call them through Facebook. I don't like search for their phone number. I don't do any of that. Like as soon as they send me a message, like, hey, can you send me the details? Because I did that in the beginning. And then of course I would give them like all of the information and like how it's changed my life. But then for me, like I noticed that a lot of them ghosted after, because they were like, because of course, A, it's a lot to read, but B, they're like, I don't know if I'm ready for a change. But when they hear me on the phone, that's when they're like, okay, send me the link. Okay, I'm ready. Send me the link.
How are you kind of overcoming, Nikki, the magic pill theory, or the thing that's out there that all these other companies have done to kind of ruin it for good and great programs like Pure 21?
So for me, I needed some accountability, honestly. Like when I got off the boat, I remember feeling so swollen. I remember feeling like I wanted to hide in all the photos. We have photos of like the group that I was with, and I was the one in the back, like standing back, which has never been me anyway, right? But I was just so uncomfortable, like in my own skin, and how I was feeling so sluggish. I didn't want to work out. I didn't want to, it was hard to even just like get up and go anymore. And then when you go to put clothes on and everything's too tight and I'm just not used to feeling like that in my skin. I think the breaking point for me was when I tried to put on my jean jacket and I felt my sleeves. And I had never felt my sleeves in my entire life. And I was like, what is going on? I knew that I needed a change. So I came home from the yacht trip and I said, I have got to get this sugar out of my system. Like, I have to start cutting back on sweets because that was my vice. Like pop and candy, and that was just me. And I always had, like, I was the friend that always had snacks, always. And so once I came home, I just said, you know what, this has got to stop. I need some like accountability. It was getting on the scale in front of someone. I mean, and it's not a comfortable thing, especially like in front of your husband, right? Okay. But that was a commitment that I needed to make to myself to change the foods. Then fast forward to national training, which was pretty amazing because I had no idea that any of this was coming down the pipeline. And sure enough, I went to national training. I found out that we were going to be launching this. And I was like, this is amazing because I'm already like, I'm starting to change my foods when I like added the digestive enzymes, this type of protein versus something that I was using before. I mean, this being so much more better for me for calories, just everything, and being able to add stuff to it. I was like, this is going to be amazing. And the multivitamin, there's one, I think there's like 7 more ingredients to it, nutritional ingredients that are more so than like what a gastro doctor could pass to one of their patients. And I know this because one of my girls was like, do you know how amazing our multivitamin is?
How did they stay on this and keep the whey and keep the multivitamins? Because I agree with Nikki, the multivitamins is one of the best I've taken ever. The digestive enzyme, a lot of people don't need a digestive enzyme in their daily routine. How are you kind of positioning this to those folks and getting them on a maintenance program after they've started?
So I actually, go ahead. Okay, so I actually had them set up on the maintenance program before their box even shipped out. So like I had right here on the front of their boxes, it has all about the maintenance program. And I also made a video talking about the maintenance program before the maintenance program was even a thing. It was like, hey, you're going to be getting your box in, but here's the deal. This is just the 21 days to jumpstart you, set you up for success, give you the play-by-play, but we want to think long-term. We want to think after day 21, what's going to happen on day 22. And let's go ahead and get you set up on that maintenance package because you're going to fall in love with this and how you feel and everything. So let's go ahead and get you set up with that. So I had them actually set up with the maintenance pack as their box was shipping to them because I had the video and everything ready to go for them.
So I've been doing like connection calls, like as a group. So I have, of course, we have the large Pure 21 group, but then I also have a smaller group that is just amongst my people that are coming in. But basically what I'm doing is I am just checking in with them, and especially around 14 days. Like, so every week we're doing an actual like connection call, and anybody that wants to get on can get on. And if they don't, that's okay too. I just want them to know that I'm there, that I'm present with them, because I've done a few different programs like this in the past. And wouldn't you believe, it was like I bought my products, and before I knew it, it was like poof, they were gone. And I got dumped into a Facebook group, and next thing you know, I was honestly like, what should I do next? Or I feel like this is a challenge, like this is a obstacle I'm facing. What should I do next? And then I felt like that person really wasn't there for me to kind of help guide me. And that's our job. Like, we are dealing with people's emotions, and we're dealing with like their stress level, right? Their support. Like, that's who we need to be for them, is definitely their support. And I think that that's super important, that we are going through the process with them versus just them purchasing the product and like hoping that they're going to love it.
So a lot of people, a lot of leadership and partners have asked, well, you know, how do you incorporate this with your already pure romance business? How are you two kind of doing that? Monique, I'll start with you. How are you incorporating this, you know, inside of your business? Because how can both of these exist is what I've been asked.
So I'm actually incorporating it in lots of ways, not only on the social platform, I'm incorporating it at the parties. Okay. It's not like I am doing Pure 21 parties, which is a whole separate thing, but I'm also in my regular general parties. I am incorporating it just a tad, just by talking about it. I'm like, you guys, I feel so amazing. I'm so excited to be here. And, you know, I kind of incorporate it and drip it in like that. And if you know of anybody who's interested in getting a jump start in their health and wellness, please connect them with me, because I would love to be their support and guide. And I have something incredible that could be a wonderful jumpstart and solution for their needs. So just trying to solve that problem and kind of sprinkling and planting the seeds and things like that at my parties. Again, on social media, it's huge. And then also just kind of talking to people and saying like, hey, this is a part of our brand. And, you know, we want you to feel incredible all the way through, so you can actually do all the things you want to do and be the person you want to be. Because you don't just have to be mom or business owner or worker or all these other hats that we wear. You can actually be all of them and do really well at all of them if you feel great. And you know, people see that and they want that. So that's how I'm marketing that.
Nikki, talk a little bit about how are you incorporating? Both of you have uberly successful businesses already. How's this been able to help, or how have you been able to ultimately be able to give information to your, you know, your partner, your customers around this?
I love that we have so much to offer. I love it. I mean, it's a simple conversation, even amongst like being on a plane when I was going to Minnesota for training, and wellness just came up with the person that was sitting next to me. And when I mentioned Pure 21, and she said, wait, what is this company? And I was like, are you familiar with Pure Romance? And, you know, so her realizing like, we're so much more, and we have a skincare, and talking about the house of brands, we're so much bigger now. And I love that it doesn't matter which brand that they want to align with, or all of them. We have so much to offer. And at my parties, I have had a couple hostesses that they want to host their girls' night, which is Pure Romance, right? With the bath, beauty, and intimacy. But then a couple of them had asked me, Nikki, would you mind bringing the Pure 21 as well? Because I think myself and one of my girlfriends at least would be interested in it. And I said, absolutely. And she said, so when we were party planning, and she said, what should we do for snacks? I sent her 2 of the recipes from the book, because she can put those out. And as they're like snacking, and I mentioned like, hey, how are you liking this or that? That's part of the program.
Would you guys please come back? I love the fact of what you've been able to do inside this journey, and I appreciate what you are doing out there and changing so many people's lives. And I think that there's so many people can learn from the information you guys have to share.
Yes, absolutely. It'd be my pleasure. I'd love to.
Thank you.